Hello and welcome. Today is Wednesday. It is the first day of April 2015. My name is Derek and welcome to the month and quarter end video for the first quarter and the month ending of March. Yeah, so it's April the 1st and yeah, expecting some sort of April Fool's joke out of me. Remember, I don't like following what the masses do. In fact, I usually go against what they do. So I really can't be doing any type of April Fool's joke, but I guess I can try. I don't know. What kind of April Fool's joke can I state? I can say maybe, hey, that money that we call the fiat currency, it is a store of value with a lot of tangible wealth. It is real money. There's one possible way. I could also come out and state, hey, that 911 official story, it is very valid, which backs science. Nice. Okay, I'm done with that. Let's go on with the silver charts. We'll look at the monthly, the quarterly, the daily, as well as the Silver Eagle sold data. So let's get started. March ended with a gain of 6 cents, a little over 1/3%. Question is, inflation adjusted for just 1 month, was it up or down? Meaning, for 1 month, is inflation higher or lower than 0.36%? Let's define inflation as the currency supply. I don't know. I really don't know. But with the chart showing what it does, the breakdown which occurred in 2013, breaking below the key 26 level. Since then, the 18 average of monthly closes has been in a decline. There's a resistance test of this average, and of course, support never was taken out until last year. And since the breakdown of the low established at 14.15, and 3 months now of resisting the 18 average band for this thing to switch over. Step 1, band to flatten out. Yeah, it's got to really stay sideways where it is, but maybe close. Break above the band, come back to support, and then break resistance. Those are the steps that I'm looking for to change it. Now, if this thing fails to hold, comes back down below there, you'd be looking for another leg lower. Let's move on to the quarterly time frame. The first quarter of 2015 ended with a gain of 92 cents or 5.85%. And I'm truly surprised that this support level hasn't held. It could still be that failed breakdown, which is a situation where, of course, you have this breakdown of the support and then a quick move back within the band. And we're going into the third period since here from, of course, that would be April to June. Is this going to move into a bear market within the financial system or the bankers that control the market? I really can't answer that. And yeah, that'll be it for the quarterly time frame. Let's take a look at the daily chart. And so far today, on April the 1st, it's up 25 cents or 1.5%. Okay. Band flattening out in here, establishing resistance. Come back to the band, so it's at that stage. Now a break above 1740. This thing would be placed into a bull market. So let's look at this from different levels. If this thing is unable to even get to 1740, it tops now, or 17 or 1715, and starts declining. It's back within the band flattens out, starts to go lower. You can make a case that this upward break would be a failed breakout, and you'd be looking for a test of both this and maybe even the 14 level, if of course that is the situation that takes place. But you see it break 1740. I'll be expecting a move at least to this previous high of 18 and a half. Silver Eagle sales. For the first quarter, this is all quarter one going back to 1987, a little over 12 million, which means the fourth highest first quarter, with the highest being 2013. Second highest being 2014, and the third highest being 2011. So really the story is pretty simple. every year up to 2007, doing a bunch of nothing. 2008 was barely higher than the previous ranking, and then since then, it has settled in pretty much around this level in here. Nothing to change the trend, but keeping the trend intact, which means to break the trend, it would have to go way lower. Didn't happen. Or way higher, 17, 19, 20, did not happen as well. But what's interesting to note, because I'm going to bring in the yearly total sales, is notice 2008. Notice how it's pretty much in match with all the higher years of the past, barely breaking out above, of course, 2003 and 1991. Something to notice that's interesting. Now let's take a look at the Eagles sales for the years in total. So the highest last year was 44 million. Notice 2008 in here. Much different. It majorly broke the previous years, which meant that the final 3 quarters, or the last 9 months of 08, really kicked ass for the most part. Why would that be? Well, back in 2008, that's when the information on the internet to what a fiat currency was, how the whole scam was in play, was really starting to come into form, but it really didn't start becoming a popular trend amongst the very few minorities until the last 3 quarters of the year. April, May, you had YouTubers like Man of Truth, Vision Victory, George for Title, so many others just talking about the end of the fiat currency system. Of course, it hasn't ended yet, but that's why that's in play. This 12 million means that every single year in here is lower than where we are now. So with the exception of 2008 to 2014, it has beaten every single year, of course up to 07, with just the 3 months in play. Where is this thing going to end? Again, like I said before, the trend has not changed. It has been in the same with how it's been the last few years. We could expect, unless some sort of major news event comes into play, that it's going to close between 30 and 50 by the end of this year. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll try to get a video out for the weekend. Bye-bye.